Welcome to the Compliance Weekly for the 30th of June? July. We're in July. There we go. All right, I'll share the board and we can go through some of those closed issues. Cool. So I think the last one we discussed was the update drop-down pills in the Compliance Center. The next one was update project report quick actions for multiple frameworks from Natalia. Did anyone here help verify or know what this is?
I think it would be assigning multiple frameworks to projects.
Oh, yes, exciting. So that's all been released. Cool. Next is Compliance Center for Subgroups with Ilya. Another big one to kick it off. Anyone help verify this one? All right, we'll move on. Sync rights to new audit events table with Hasma.
Yeah, so this feature is currently behind a feature flag and I'm rolling this out. Basically, it enables syncing of live audit events into new tables.
Cool. The next one is the cannot filter by SOC 2 standard in the adherence report. We initially ended up closing this as we're building out the new custom adherence report. So this will be superseded and a lot of that work done. Compliance draw audit. I'm not sure what this is with Camellia. Looks like a design audit of some of our stuff, which is great. Next one was save framework form with one or many APIs. This was a general discussion item about the custom adherence report and how we wanted to do that. So I know that that's been updated and superseded. So we closed that. Next is a test with Sam. Is that right?
Yeah, I think I reviewed this MR if I'm not wrong. There was a test which was flaky and Sam helped fix that.
Nice. Next to with Hitesh, which is remove projects of the compliance framework controller and create new mutation for creating and removing framework labels.
So both of these are as part of adding support for multiple compliance frameworks for projects. The remove the project compliance framework controller is part of multiple compliance frameworks as well as adding sub compliance dashboard for subgroups too. I found out that with the change that Elia made, this controller was no more used, so I removed it. And with the new mutations, with the new mutation for updating the multiple frameworks for the project, uh, now we'll be able to add and remove frameworks.
Next one was end-to-end tests for compliance frameworks with Harsha. Anyone?
I reviewed it. So basically, Harsha added several test cases for end-to-end test cases for compliance frameworks, multiple compliance frameworks, and regarding the export of the CSVs for them.
Fantastic. And the final one was redundant navigation when switching grouping in Compliance Center with Ilya. Looks like a bug that he found and completed. So I'll watch through that if you want to. Cool. Next up, we'll jump over to the planning issue and run through where things are. So custom adherence configuration, Huzafa.
No, not much updates from last week. I have started working on the backend, like creating the backend database tables that are required. Yeah.
Cool. Compliance pipeline to security policies migration with Sam. I can give an update here. From the compliance side, the banner is all in place and going to the right things. We have an open MR to update the policy editor to pre-fill the variables to ensure that the migration goes across smoothly. Once that's in place, then we can start rolling out the feature flag for this one. So that should be on track for 17.3. Next one is multiple compliance frameworks. Hitesh, can you?
Yeah, so currently Natalia and I'm working on so Natalia is working on the on fixing the on adding the support for search for multiple compliance frameworks and the compliance dashboard, and I added an API, but I need to make some changes in that so that it will support the and relation, not or relation. So that is the primary thing that is pending over here. Other than that, there are several smaller tasks which needs to be done. Several APIs, several MRs are under review for me right now.
Cool. And the next one is the add adherence requirement for each of the security scanners.
I have started working on this. I'm reading around the stuff that how adherence checks are being run, and so I'll start working on the implementation plan soon.
In case you need any help, you can just like reach out to me because I created the initial checks, and if you need any help in that.
Third-party connected to Snowflake. Huzaifa, do you have any update there?
Yep. So last time we had an issue where one of the customers was facing issue from upgrading from version 1 to version 2. We've created an MR to fix that, and we'll release it as a patch release and try to upgrade that user from version 1 to version 2.0.1.
Cool. Hopefully that goes through. Hasma Sales.
Yes. So right now, the syncing of audit events live data is enabled on staging, although I'm seeing some diff there, trying to debug that. Apart from that, I've also started working on projects controller, and I'm doing the dev work locally right now. Hopefully, we'll create a MR by end of this week.
Fantastic. Consolidation of streaming order events, Hitesh.
I'll start working. I'm planning to finish the streaming of the new destinations in this milestone behind the feature plan.
Cool. And the audit log is, the audit events are continuing to be added, and the compliance center, as mentioned before, is now available at subgroups, and we're working on the project level, but Ilya is out of office. Cool. And next up, we'll just no design or QA update. So next is the engineering dashboard. So good news is I managed to get the data team to update our dashboard so it's all up to date with and looks reasonably correct. The only one that's not quite is the MR rate, because it says that we've got 13 employees, which it's pulling
It could be legal and compliance.
Yes.
Word
Yeah. So and some of the people are not updated correctly. So there is an open issue for data that's like wide throughout all of our dashboards. So when that is fixed, this will be fixed. But the MRs are correct, and at least it gives us an indication of tracking. Just don't trust the employees. I guess that's what I'm saying. And it's available for all groups as well. So I'll start looking at embedding this into our page so that everyone in the group can view it whenever they want to as well, hopefully. But I guess going through the numbers at the error budget, we're been at 99.99%, 999%. So looking really, really good, and basically a zero, almost zero minutes spent. Maintenance and features, which have always been historically high, looking pretty good with a very low bug output, which is nice because we haven't actually seen an increase as well in bugs. And you can see down in our severity, all bugs by severity. We've got them at S3 at the moment. Yeah, email rate's been nice and stable, which is good. There's 4 feature flags at the moment. So the maintenance mode one, which I mentioned, is for the migration banner. So we'll start rolling that out hopefully in 17.3. Are they the same?
No, the pop-up is.
Oh no, Sam or Auth, yes, I know. Sam is working on that one. Sync ordered events to ClickHouse and sync ordered events to new tables. So I'm guessing those are both to do with cells, Hasima?
I think the ClickHouse one will not be used now because we have started the sales work, so that can be removed.
Cool.
Yeah.
Are you able to pick up that then and remove that one?
Yeah.
Cool. OpenMRs. Is this one here for 60 plus? Oh yes, that's my one. Need to push that forward. And we have no open community MRs at the moment, so no problems there. Open bug by severity. Oh, this one that doesn't have a severity, but we've got one. This data is not updated, so I will refresh it afterwards. But this was actually with tenant scale group, so we're all at these 3 or below. And once we turn on that migration banner, we'll start looking at removing all of the compliance pipeline bug issues as well that have been sitting in our backlog for a while, and closing some of those out, which will be good. Yeah, anything anyone wanted to bring up on those? Nope. All right, we've got no other discussion points in the open agenda. So wave to the screen and I'll stop the recording.